Dragon Ball Z, The Namek Saga, Part 1. 3 Wishes, 1 Planet. Cold opens on a quiet Earth that still remembers the tremor of Saiyan boots. Goku sleeps in a hospital bed, arm in a sling, heart monitor steady. Outside, the wind carries the last ash of a battle that nearly broke the world. Inside, Gohan stands short and solemn, a boy with a warrior's silence, while Chi-Chi clutches her hands as if she can hold the future together by sheer force of will. Bulma drags in a rolling whiteboard covered in math, star lines, and scribbles only a genius could love. "Okay," she says, tapping a marker against her palm. "We can't revive everyone with Earth's Dragon Balls because Piccolo died, and with him, Kami. But Piccolo's from Namek. Namek has Dragon Balls. So, we go there. We gather them. We wish our friends back." Simple silence. Then Master Roshi nods. Krillin nods. Gohan nods. "Simple," Krillin repeats, like a man trying to convince himself the ocean's shallow. A saucer gleams under floodlights, Bulma's latest miracle. 3 seats, 3 chances. 3 wishes. Gohan hugs his mother. Chi-Chi hugs him longer. "Promise me," she whispers, voice shaking. "Promise me you'll come home." Gohan smiles the way only a child who's already seen death can smile. "I promise." Engines whine, the craft rises, clouds swallow it whole, and Earth, for the moment, lets them go. The black road between stars. Space is a vast and humming corridor. Time loses its edges. Meals are clockwork, training is ritual, and laughter is a pressure valve. Krillin cracks jokes, Bulma corrects him, then gets the calculation wrong and pretends she didn't. Gohan slips into meditation, then shadow boxes in a corridor of dim blue light, throwing punches at the memory of a prince who smiled at pain. Nights are longer in space. The stars feel closer, and in those quiet hours, Gohan admits, "I wasn't brave on Earth. I was just scared and acting anyway." Krillin ruffles his hair. "Kid, that's the definition of brave." They sleep to the heartbeat of engines. Namek, the planet, hangs like a jade lantern in the void. Emerald seas, cobalt skies, and islands like scattered coins. The ship kisses atmosphere. The world blooms into color, fat clouds, twin suns, and a wind that smells like summer rain. The trio steps onto soft blue grass. For a moment, everything is peace. Then the scouters scream. A flare of power, 2 more, then a cluster like teeth closing. Far above, another ship cuts a scar across the sky, angular, predatory, and painted in the colors of bad news. Bulma swallows. "We're not alone." The tyrant in the chair. In the deep belly of that ship sits a throne, and on that throne sits a small, pale emperor with eyes that measure planets like coin. Around him stand men who kill so they can keep standing. Frieza smiles without warmth. A quaint world. I do love quaint worlds. He twitches 2 fingers. The scouters click alive in a chorus. Zarbon, beautiful, cold, hair like a blade, leans in. "Villages across the northern quadrant, my lord. Primitive. No apparent defense." "And the Dragon Balls?" Frieza asks, eyes half-lidded. "Confirmed," Zarbon replies, as if reporting the weather. Frieza's tail curls in satisfaction. "Then let's be neighborly." The first village Namekian homes crouch low and organic, domes rising like grown stone. The villagers gather outside, tall and green and solemn, children pressed to their elders' robes. They speak with the weight of old rivers. Dodoria lands first, pink, hulking, blunt as a hammer. Beside him, Zarbon touches down like a falling petal. "We require your Dragon Ball," Zarbon says, voiced gracious as poison. "Consider it a tax for continued existence." An elder steps forward, staff planted in the earth. "These orbs are sacred. We do not use them as bargaining chips." Dodoria yawns, cracks his knuckles, and knocks a man into the sky. From a ridge, Krillin's breath stalls. Gohan's fists shake. "Stay put," Krillin whispers. "If we rush in, we die, and then no one's coming back." He doesn't believe his own words. Then a child, small, bright-eyed, stumbles, nearly trampled. Gohan moves without thinking. He is a streak of orange light. Krillin swears and follows. What happens next is not a battle. It's a theft. Krillin bursts in, blinds Dodoria with a solar flare, and Gohan scoops the child as if catching a falling star. They leap. Dodoria roars, spitting rage and energy. The blast eats the ridge they were standing on a heartbeat earlier. Krillin and Gohan vanish into the canyon's teeth. After them, Dodoria bellows. He never catches them. The boy, called Dende. The rescued child breathes hard, eyes wide as moons. "I'm Dende," he says, voice small but steady. "You're not from here." "We're here to help," Gohan says, meaning it. Dende's smile is a bright, rare thing. "Then you must meet Guru." They hide Bulma and the ship in a hollow glade, fold it into a capsule, and move like shadows across the planet. Behind them, the first village burns. Frieza cradles a Dragon Ball like a cat cradles a mouse. 6 to go, he murmurs. Zarbon nods. "At this pace, we'll be done by sundown." "Not quite," a new voice says, low and hateful. The prince has arrived. Vegeta's hunt, Vegeta lands alone. No army, no fanfare, just the mean grin of a man who enjoyed surviving you. His armor is scuffed, his pride pristine. He blasts a Frieza scout from the sky, rips a locator from the corpse, and laughs. Dragon Balls. Immortality. I take one nap and the universe finally gets interesting. He moves like famine, village to village, tearing secrets from the earth. When a Namekian elder refuses, Vegeta doesn't blink. He doesn't know how to blink anymore. He acquires his first Dragon Ball by force, then hides it in a lake as if tucking a knife into a sleeve. On a ridge, Krillin watches. "He's not on our side," he mutters. "He's just on a collision course with theirs." "Then we stay out of the road," Bulma whispers. But the road is the whole planet. Guru Dende leads them to a mountain that looks like it grew to touch the sky, and, satisfied, stopped. At its crown rests a home like a seashell. Inside, an ancient Namekian sits colossal and kind, skin etched with years that feel like scripture. Nail, his guardian, stands silent and sharp. Guru's voice is the sound of tide. "You came far, little ones, carrying grief like water in cupped hands." Krillin bows awkwardly. Gohan just looks at him, eyes stinging for reasons he can't name. Guru places a hand on Gohan's head. The room thrums, as if the planet itself leaned closer. "You have slept beside power your whole life," the elder murmurs. "It's time you woke." Something opens in Gohan, quietly, gently, like a sunrise that takes its time. Strength settles in his bones without violence. He doesn't become someone else. He becomes more himself. Guru smiles. "And you, brave human." His hand settles on Krillin's crown. "You have carried fear like a shield. Let us turn it into a blade." Krillin gasps, the world brightening at the edges. When it ends, he stumbles and laughs at nothing. Okay, that's new." Guru's expression dims. Frieza is a storm coming, even the proud one, Vegeta, rides the edge of it. "Take this Dragon Ball." He lifts a vast, glowing sphere with care and gives it to those he's known for minutes as if they were family. "Promise me you'll use it to restore what's been taken." Gohan bows, forehead to the cool floor. "I promise." Outside, the wind shifts. Somewhere, a scouter hums. The beautiful monster. Zarbon finds Vegeta by the crater he left in a village that no longer exists. Their eyes meet like swords. "Still alive," Zarbon says. almost disappointed. "Still pretty," Vegeta says, absolutely cruel. They don't exchange more pleasantries. The air buckles. The fight is a conversation in a language only monsters speak. Shockwaves, cracks of stone, bursts of light that knock birds from the sky. Vegeta presses. Zarbon parries. Vegeta laughs. Zarbon stops being pretty. His skin blooms emerald. His hair spikes like a jungle. Beauty curdles into brutality. When he hits, Vegeta skids across half a mile of grass and does not get up. Zarbon, once again elegant, tosses him at Frieza's feet like a torn flag. "Your little prince," he says. "Shall I finish it?" Frieza smiles without teeth. "Patch him up. A desperate man will lead us to desperate treasures." Vegeta wakes later in a tank, rage warming him more than the fluid. He rips his way out, leaves a trail of broken in the halls, and steals into the night with one plan and no hesitation. Take what's Frieza's and make it his. Dragon Ball chess. What follows is less a battle than a heist. Vegeta dives into Frieza's camp, retrieves a Dragon Ball like a thief stealing his own heartbeat, and vanishes. He hides it on an island where the wind sounds like laughter. Then he hunts another. Krillin and Gohan, newly strengthened and impossibly small against the sky, carry Guru's Dragon Ball between them like a promise. They sense Vegeta like a coming storm and choose caves and quiet paths and prayers. Bulma, crouched in a capsule house, hears every footstep like thunder and every silence like a trap. Across the planet, Dodoria crashes into the ocean and does not come back up. Vegeta's grin gets wider. Frieza stops smiling. "Zarbon," he says gently. "Find them." A narrow saving. On an open plain painted in twilight, Krillin feels it first, a hawk's shadow passing over a mouse. "He's coming," he says, and the words frost in the air. Vegeta lands without sound, and with a joy that terrifies. His scouter is gone. He doesn't need it. He can feel the life in their hands. "Hand it over," he says. For a heartbeat, no one moves. Then Gohan does something that is either foolish or holy. He steps in front of Krillin and doesn't shake. "We need this to bring our friends back," he says, voice steady. "We're not your enemy." Vegeta considers. He looks at the boy and sees, for an instant, a future where that face is a problem. He looks at the human beside him and sees persistence dressed up as courage. Then he senses a third presence drop from the sky like a curtain falling. "Zarbon." Vegeta smiles. "Another time," he says to the boy who didn't flinch, and he turns to meet the beautiful monster head-on. The second fight is shorter. Vegeta learned the shape of Zarbon's nightmare and brought fire for it. The grass burns, the air tastes like copper. When it's over, Zarbon is a crater and Vegeta is a promise kept to himself. Krillin and Gohan are already gone. Dragon Ball hidden again, hope hidden with it. Somewhere, Frieza's scouter network goes quiet for a single, telling second. The sky changes night on Namek as a cobalt dream. The twin moons rise. Wind combs the grass. And then, like a pin pushed into a map, the sky lights with 5 burning points, descending in precise formation. A new ship arrives. Smaller, meaner. Its doors open like a grin. Boots hit the soil in rhythm. "Ginyu Force," a voice announces, theatrical as a stage cue. Captain Ginyu rolls his shoulders. Jace flips his hair. Berta smirks at the horizon. Riku flexes for an audience of crickets. Guldo blinks 4 eyes at once. "Dragon Balls," Ginyu says, stretching the words as if they taste good. "And a prince to break." On the far ridge, Vegeta watches the stars that just learned to walk and, for the first time since he woke on this world, feels something like cold. Krillin and Gohan don't know those names. They only know the wind shifted. Bulma only knows the radio won't stop crackling. Frieza knows exactly what has arrived and smiles like a man who just called in the bill. The air above Namek is heavy now. Even the twin suns seem to hang lower as if watching. Frieza stands at the center of a war he believes he's already won. 6 Dragon Balls rest in a perfect pyramid beside his throne, glowing faintly like trophies. The 7th is still at large. Somewhere, Vegeta hides it, and that makes the game more interesting. From the edge of the horizon, 5 shadows approach. The arrival, the Ginyu Force doesn't walk onto the battlefield. They arrive as if the planet is a stage and they own the script. Berta, the self-proclaimed fastest in the universe, blurs forward in a streak of blue. Jeese flips his crimson hair back and grins like a rock star before a sold-out crowd. Recoome flexes in slow, deliberate arcs, his muscles catching the sun. Guldo blinks all 4 eyes in slow, calculated menace. And Captain Ginyu, he just walks, every step an announcement. They line up before Frieza and strike a pose so synchronized it's absurd, until you remember they've never lost. "Gentlemen," Frieza says, tail curling lazily, "find Vegeta, retrieve the Dragon Balls, and dispose of anyone who gets in your way." Uneasy alliances, Vegeta finds them first. Not the Ginyus, but Krillin and Gohan. He drops from the sky like a hawk, landing between them and the setting sun. "We don't have time to fight," he says without preamble. "The Ginyu Force is here." Krillin squints. "And we're supposed to trust you because—" "You're not," Vegeta says. "You're supposed to survive, and right now, I'm the only chance you have. It's the kind of truce only war can make. The enemy of my enemy is, for the moment, standing on my side." The first clash. They move together, 3 reluctant allies, carrying 1 Dragon Ball between them like a live grenade. The ground trembles before the Ginyu Force even appears. Recoome arrives first. His shadow covers them before his grin does. "Vegeta," he says in a voice like gravel in a drum, "you look smaller than I remember." Vegeta doesn't reply. He attacks. A burst of golden energy, a roar, and the battlefield erupts. Krillin and Gohan flank, darting in and out like minnows between sharks. They land blows that should matter, but don't. Recoome absorbs punishment like it's applause. Then, in one casual sweep, he sends Krillin sprawling, bones cracking under the force. Gohan barely ducks the follow-up kick, the wind of it hot against his cheek. The weight of power. Vegeta fights harder than Krillin or Gohan have ever seen. Faster, sharper, more desperate. But even he can't break Recoome's rhythm. From the ridgeline, Berta and Jeese watch like spectators at a sport they've already bet on. Guldo crouches, muttering to himself. Krillin staggers to his feet, ribs screaming. Gohan steps forward, the Dragon Ball still in his arms, and for a moment, the boy looks exactly like his father. He charges. For 30 seconds, the battlefield bends to him. Fists and kicks landing in a blur, power flaring in defiance of the gap between them. But Recoome doesn't fall. He laughs, catches Gohan by the collar, and hurls him into the dirt hard enough to carve a crater. Reinforcements. It should end there. It doesn't. From the sky, a single voice cuts through the haze. "Hey, sorry I'm late." The pod lands with a hiss, steam curling from its seams. The door opens. Goku steps out. The last time they saw him, he was broken in a hospital bed. Now he stands taller, aura steady, eyes bright. There's something in the way he carries himself. Not arrogance, but certainty. Vegeta blinks. "Your power, it's different." Goku smiles. "I've been training." Turning the tide. He walks to Krillin first, hand glowing with healing energy. Bones knit, breath steadies. Then Gohan. The boy coughs, blinks and smiles. "You okay, kid?" "I knew you'd come," Gohan says, like it was never a question. Then Goku turns to Recoome. Your turn. The fight is short, brutally short. Goku moves once, twice, a blur the eye can't quite catch, and Riku is down, unconscious before his body hits the ground. Berta and Jeice stop smirking. The speed test Berta launches forward, confident in his title as the fastest in the universe. Jeice follows, a streak of red and white. They coordinate, weaving attacks in a net meant to smother any response. Goku doesn't just keep up. He plays with them, dodges by inches, counters with light taps that send them skidding yards away. Berta's confidence shatters first. Jeice's follows when Berta is immobilized on the ground, wheezing. "Still think you're the fastest?" Goku asks, voice mild. Captains move. Jeice flees, not in panic, but with purpose. Moments later, Captain Ginyu steps onto the field. His presence changes the air. Even Vegeta tenses. "You're the one," Ginyu says, studying Goku like a puzzle. "The one with the power my scouter can't quite believe." He smiles, and it's not friendly. Bodies and betrayals. The battlefield feels wrong. Not because of the broken earth or the smoke curling from shattered ridges. That's expected. It's wrong because Goku's voice now belongs to Captain Ginyu, and Ginyu's battered purple body is struggling to stand where Goku once stood. Krillin stares, jaw tight. "Is that?" "Yes," Ginyu in Goku's body says, smiling like a man who just won the lottery. He rolls Goku's shoulders, flexes his hands, and laughs. "Incredible. So much power. It's like holding the sun." Goku, trapped in Ginyu's body, shouts, "Don't fight him. That's my body you're hitting." But it's already too late. Vegeta's smirk says he's doing the math. Vegeta's calculation to Vegeta. This is an opportunity. Ginyu's stolen power might be dangerous, but if Goku's stuck in a weak body, that makes Vegeta the strongest man on the field. And in this war for the Dragon Balls, strength is the only language anyone listens to. He attacks anyway. Not to save Goku, but to test the limits of this new opponent. Fists meet palms, shockwaves tear through the ground. Ginyu marvels at Goku's speed, but he can't use it perfectly. A master swordsman is still clumsy the first time he picks up a new blade. Vegeta drives him back, blow after blow, until Ginyu spits blood that isn't his. The second switch, Ginyu retreats, chest heaving, and smiles a predator's smile. Change. Now. The air warps. A beam of light bursts forward, and at the last instant, Goku throws himself into the path, forcing Ginyu back into his original body. The pain is immediate, the relief sharper. Ginyu snarls, but he's wounded, and Vegeta is already there, boot grinding into the dirt beside him. "I think I've had enough of you." Before he can finish it, Ginyu shouts the words again. The light flashes toward Vegeta. And in a move no one expects, Goku hurls a frog into the beam. The magic takes hold. Where Ginyu once stood, a small bewildered frog now croaks in the dust. Krillin blinks. That's one way to win. Temporary peace. With the Ginyu force scattered, Riku, Berta, and Jeice defeated, Guldo long gone and Ginyu hopping angrily into the bushes. The field is quiet, but quiet on Namek never lasts. Vegeta, without looking at the others, says, "Rest, you'll need it." Then he's gone, his ki vanishing into the hills. Krillin watches him go, uneasy. Goku, battered but in his own body, is too hurt to fight. He instructs them to get him into a rejuvenation chamber, the same kind the Saiyans used after near-death battles. "Once I'm healed, I'll be ready for Frieza." Krillin and Gohan agree. They don't say out loud that they're not sure how much time they have left. Frieza moves. Meanwhile, Frieza has grown impatient. 6 Dragon Balls sit in his grasp, but the 7th is still missing. The idea that Vegeta could be the one to deny him gnaws at his pride. He leaves the search to his soldiers and takes to the sky himself, a streak of white and purple against the green horizon. His destination, Guru's home. If the Namekian elder knows how to use the Dragon Balls, Frieza will tear the truth from him. A race to the summit, Dende, carrying Guru's message, flies toward Krillin and Gohan. He's small against the sky, but he moves with urgency and fear. At the same time, Vegeta senses Frieza's energy closing in on the elder's village. He doesn't care about the Namekians, but he does care about anything Frieza wants. Paths converge at the base of Guru's mountain. The suns are dipping low, casting long shadows. The air hums with the weight of decisions. The elder's stand guru sits unmoved as Frieza enters, Nail standing between them. "I'd rather you didn't resist," Frieza says, his tone polite enough to be cruel. "It only makes this tedious." Nail's hands clench. "Leave, now." Frieza smiles thinly. "I think not. The first blow is a blur, the second a shockwave, the third a crater, but Nail stands, battered and unyielding, buying seconds with every strike. Seconds for Dende to slip past, seconds for hope to survive. Vegeta's gambit. While Frieza is distracted, Vegeta makes his move. He confronts Krillin and Gohan, demanding they hand over their Dragon Ball. "We're on the same side now," Krillin argues. Vegeta's laugh is sharp. "We're never on the same side. But if I'm immortal, I can kill Frieza. You want him gone? This is the only way." It's not trust, but it's desperation that forces their hands. They give him the Dragon Ball. Vegeta hides it instantly, his smirk a mask over something else. The understanding that Frieza's patience is about to end, and war will follow. To be continued.